Wolf from Development, and this is my 242nd weekly update. I'm just going to get the nasty right out at the beginning. I apologize for the filming conditions, as I am currently moving my girl in, and there's stuff everywhere. Let's just put it that way. I'm too beat up to move any of it today. We've been moving for about a week and a half now, and I am broken from neck to foot. I mean, my calves are tight still from going up and down stairs with stuff. My body is broken from lifting heavy-ish. You know what? It was heavy. It was heavy this week, because this week was my quote-unquote PR week. And did I get PRs? Yes and no. That's also part of the nasty that I'll just get into right out of the gate. Basically, I need to delete some stuff. Basically, squat, it's not even close to a lifetime PR. My lifetime PR on squats is 420 pounds. I was able to get a 315 for a single. Part of that was my body just felt wrecked still. That being said, I implore you to watch the 2 video coming out on Wednesday, because that will show you why the number was relatively lower, and part of that is because I've been working on my squat form, keeping things a little tighter, which my upper back did stay a little bit tighter. It wasn't as tight as I'd like it, but it's getting better. But the thing I'm most proud of is definitely my depth. I would consider what I hit, as ass to grass as I believe I'm capable of doing in terms of physiology, while still keeping things tight. Do I need to go that low? Probably not, but given that the sport I'm interested in competing in, there isn't a lot of squatting anyway, I always try to use the maximum range of motion that I can on any given movement, especially on the big 3, bench, squat, deadlift, press. So I call it a PR in terms of depth with a particular weight. So now moving forward, my new goals will be, hitting 320 pounds at depth, 350 pounds, 400 pounds again with that depth. That'll make me happy, and I appreciate the speed I went at too. It wasn't a bounce, it wasn't a pause, it was just a nice tempoed squat. So, there wasn't a lot of stretch reflex. I'm not going to get into that because I don't have time, because I'm running out of room on this particular chip card. That would be the memory card, yeah. Speaking of presses, I was really, really, really wanting a 175 strict, and I was just unable to make it happen. Unfortunately, I went for it about 3 times, and I just couldn't get the bar to go where I needed it to go, and I couldn't get the power behind it that I needed to get behind it. So the footage I ended up showing was the 3 push presses. I call it 2.7 push presses I ended up doing, because the second rep I didn't really lock it out all the way. It wasn't stable, but I definitely could have gotten the rep. So I call it 2.7 reps with 175 push press, which is actually a PR. The most I've ever done was 2 at that weight. So even with 0.7, it's still a PR with that weight, and the range of motion on that is definitely a lot better than I've done in the past. The bar went all the way down, all the way up for the 2 full reps anyway. And then, man, when I tell you my body was wrecked this week from just moving and working on my truck the last couple of weeks as well, I'm not lying. Deadlift was awful. I could not stay tight for the life of me. I ended up going up to about 275, and I went up to 275. And it is no bloodhound. That dog will not hunt. The form on it still looked okay. There was nothing wrong inherently with it. It wasn't as tight as I would have liked to have stayed. But I guess I'll discuss that a little bit. Moving forward, I'm going to walk away from conventional deadlifts for the foreseeable future. Part of that is because the comp coming up in September has a frame deadlift with no straps, and the opening weight for the weight class I'm doing is 500 pounds. I have done farmer's handles with 230 pounds in each hand, which is, if you can do quick math, that's 460 pounds. So that's 460 pounds I have picked up off the ground, which I believe is the most weight I've ever picked up. In fact, I know it is in terms of a deadlift movement. So I have some work to do to even get back to that point. But for the foreseeable future, I will be training only with hex bar or trap bar deadlifts. Part of this is because of my back, given that it tends to flare up here and there, sort of intermittently. Although it is a chronic pain that I deal with, it's so hit and miss every week, and I can't quite pin down what is exactly aggravating it any particular week, and what's making it feel better any particular week. Even with the habits I have, which I intend to do that video soon. I know I have some I'm going to do this week, I'm going to do this weekend. I actually have this weekend completely open. I said, fuck it, I'm not doing anything this weekend, and I'm actually planning on taking the entire next week off from lifting, meaning I will not go in tomorrow on Saturday, nor will I go in Sunday, Monday, all the way through till the following Monday. So it's a little over a week. What this is going to do to my strength, I have no idea, but I'm going to continue to do things. I'm not going to just sit around and do nothing. I'm still going to do my daily back strengthening exercises, as well as some other mobility work that I feel that I still need. And I might do some little band workouts here and there, but it's not going to be any kind of lifting. I don't, my body is so beat up right now and it feels like hell. I might even come in on like Thursday if I feel really good or something, but as it stands right now, there's going to be no lifting for at least a week. So that's where I'm at with all of that. I have about 2 minutes on the clock, which means I need to wrap it up. So that's how life ended up this particular week and this particular program. It is what it is. I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm not going to make excuses, even though I've probably already made a couple by saying I was beat up, blah, blah, blah. But the bottom line is, it's an opportunity to look at what happened, how I performed, and why. I'm grateful that I record all of my top sets because I get to look at them and say, okay, what did I do right here? What did I do wrong here? What can I change? The fact that my deadlift style is now going to be changing for the foreseeable future is going to be one hurdle I need to get over, and I'll be getting a lot of new information there. I tried them out today, and I was able to go up to a 315. My biggest problem today, honestly, was just locking out. Every time I locked out and squeezed the glutes up with weight, it was like, oh my god, the pain was just incredible. Probably up to about a 7 or an 8. So always take information, even when it's a failure, quote unquote failure. Take that information, run with it, change, adapt, and get better. And if you don't, then what's your excuse?